A new trailer was released and there's a lot to unpack. The first thing I noticed right away was that Qfint looks to have different colors, which may mean another variant in this game. There's another scene with it being shown and it really looks darker than usual, but I'm not sure. Next, Jesus, that's terrifying. Next up, it looks like the UI for the map is a bit similar to Legends Arceus with the ability to zoom in and out and mark different areas of the map as well, potentially allowing a guiding hand to traverse the map. Now the bad guys have been shown too, but they're kids? I guess it makes sense since the whole concept is that the MC is going to school, but really? I'm hoping that there's an additional enemy team related to the legendaries and the concept of past and future, which is what these two games seem to be focused on. I will say though that their sign is kind of funny. The bigger question is how they ended up making a base like a bad guy team would. Aren't they just regular students? Anyway, it looks like there will be certain symbols to emphasize what I think are not very effective and super effective attacks as well, as noted by the sound effects during these attacks. Auto attacks may also be introduced where you can throw your Pokemon and just walk away from the battle, which would be interesting. Oh, and Mela looks really cool. She's the boss of Team Star's fire crew, which makes me think that there's a boss of several, if not all typings, which would be pretty insane. Arvin here mentions the layers of Titans and the Herba Mystica, which probably means Herb Mystics, which may have something to do with magic? We'll actually return to this point later. Okay, why does he sound like a cow? It would be cool if they linked the concept of Totem Pokemon, Dynamax Pokemon, and Titan Pokemon together somehow, since they're all larger versions of normal Pokemon it seems. But that probably won't happen. Apparently Gita is a girl's name of Sanskrit origin meaning song, so Gita might be song or music related somehow, and Mela may refer to a Hindu festival. Take from that what you will. As for Brassius, the grass gym leader who's probably named after orchids, his introduction shows us that most, if not all, gym leaders will probably have access to and use terrestrialization, especially since it seems like he's the first gym leader level-wise. Pokemon tend to get Razor Leaf pretty early on, and for his first Pokemon to be a Smoliv, and for him to only have 2 Pokemon since he terrestrializes the second, it pretty much confirms him to be the first gym leader. We also get introduced to a new move called Trailblaze that may be a grass-type move, as it's super effective on Quackly. Next up, we pretty much get confirmation that the game is open world to an extent, allowing us to take on any of these 3 challenges in any order, which I think is pretty cool. The maps that are quickly shown after are shown in various languages in different locations, showing us that a snowy and mountainous region are probable. For this next frame, there isn't much to see at first glance, but I made some observations. For one, it looks like they will be bringing back a lot of mechanics from Arceus. Second, aside from Pokemon that are returning, we see most areas being pretty bare, which I hope changes when the game comes out. And thirdly, we can see how common it is for Cyclizar to be ridden on. Overall, it looks like they added a lot of mechanics from Arceus, which makes sense, but the most interesting part of the trailer to me were the new Pokemon. Starting with Cloth, who we were already introduced to, the official website defines it as an ambush rock-type Pokemon with powerful claws. It also introduces a new ability to the game called Anger Shell, which lowers its defense and special defense, but boosts everything else when HP drops to half or less. Cloth Claws are considered a valuable cooking ingredient, and guess who joins us in the Path of Legends? The cook, Arvin. The Pokemon account also tweeted out a herb next to the Path of Legends, and we know that Herba Mystica is the focus for this mission, so this adventure line might relate to magical food. Next up is Arma Rouge, rouge meaning a cream used in cosmetics, and Arma probably coming from armor, weapon, or arm. This Mega Man lookalike is a fire psychic type classified as a fire warrior Pokemon with the ability Flash Fire. With the introduction of Arma Rouge comes the new move Armor Cannon, which is a fire type special move that lowers defense and special defense in exchange for power. Last but not least is Ceruledge, the counter exclusive in Pokemon Violet. This Pokemon is classified as a Fire Blades Pokemon, as evident by its Fire Swords, and is a Fire Ghost type Pokemon with Flash Fire as well. Its exclusive move is Bitter Blade, a Fire type physical move that uses Regrets of the Fallen as a focus to attack, and then absorbs HP by up to half the damage taken by the target. This may work similarly to Retaliate, which is boosted after one of your Pokemon die, but it isn't clear. It also may do more power depending on how many party members have fainted, which would be quite interesting. Overall, this trailer excites me for the new game, so I can get my hands on the new Mega Man Pokemon, and the crab that goes moo. These Pokemon are pretty cool looking with interesting abilities and moves. A definite improvement from Fido. Let me know what you think in the comments below.